the Lord, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Becky. I bring you awesome, fun and timely content on all my platforms, and thank you so much for choosing, it's a choice to log on to YouTube and watch this video. Like, no matter how this video found you, be it a link, a friend shared, or you had someone talk about it, thank you very much for giving me a chance to make an impression. Sounds like I'm interviewing for a job out here, but I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are well. I'm amazing. I'm great. I thank God for his care and his protection. I am just loved by the Lord. Amen. Yes. And this is obviously a sit down video. When you see me sitting, just know we are going to talk about important things. Sit downs are for talking about important things, and I think this is an important thing. Today we are talking about money. Yes, I said it. Money, 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 money. The shmoney, the money, the monies, the coins, the pesa, mola, whatever you call it in your language, it is money. Currency, it is what we're talking about today. Now, being an African-born child, my ideas on money are really different from the other continents' ideas. In Africa, money is, I don't know, it's just a touchy subject, even for children, for youths, it's for married people. Oh, let's not talk about married people and money. That's a topic for another day. But it is a really touchy subject because, I don't know, I think where you grow up, like, it just makes your mindset on money. It just formulates what you think about money, how you see money, what it makes you feel like. So yeah, let's talk about money. Let's talk about money. Now, I'm in my early 20s and I want us to talk about some money mistakes that we are not supposed to be making in our 20s. I recently got a job. We thank the Lord. Yes, a marketing job because I'm a content creator, and I really thank the Lord. I hope by the time you see this video, you have watched the video I did on how I landed that deal and some tips I shared for all the creators out there. And it's different when you're spending someone else's money. Like, it's just a whole different ball game where now it is your money, it is your hard-earned money. Like, you spend it totally differently. I promise. When it is your money, you're like more careful with your purchases. You want to save, you want to buy important things, and I feel like I have already made like 20 money mistakes so far. It is life and we learn. That is why I'm here, to share these tips with you so that you don't make the same mistakes that I have done. And the number one thing I want us to understand is that I am Christian, and the first thing I do when I get my money is to tithe. I honestly think that tithing is very important. It's a very integral part of anyone's life, especially if you trust in God, if you believe in Jesus and you're saved. Please make sure you're tithing. That tithe, it goes a long way. Many of us, especially the young people, we're using the reasons of, oh, pastors eat money, oh, there are many fraudsters who are acting like they are nice church people so they can eat your money. Let me tell you, it is not your business what that money does. My business is I gave my tithe. I did my part. The one who is handling it next is the one who's going to be judged for how they handle it. So the first thing I do when I get my money is tithe, and I just love giving my 10% to God according to his word. And after that, I am going to be sharing with you money mistakes that you're supposed to be avoiding. Money mistakes you're supposed to be avoiding. Like, at whatever age, you need to be avoiding these mistakes. But I am speaking from a perspective of a 20-something-year-old girl that just loves money and loves this life, which you need money to live in this earth. The first thing you're not supposed to be doing is spending more than you earn. Do not spend more than you earn. Don't try it. And this is a mistake that very many people make out here. You find that your salary is like 20,000 and per month you spend 25,000. where do you get that extra 5 G's to spend? You like, it is just, I don't know, for me it's common sense, but for someone else maybe it's not. But for me it's common sense to spend only that, like within the amount which you earn. If you earn 20k, like literally spend less than 20k in that month, so that you can avoid like debt. And that is where debt comes in, because if you earn 20k and you're spending 25k, your 5k umeomba mse, you get, you borrowed someone that 5G and you have to return it the next month. Then now it just becomes a whole money borrowing and money giving back and money not giving back and money not paying people back their debts, and it just becomes ugly. So avoid spending more than you earn. Try as much as possible to spend actually way less than you earn. That way you will live a comfortable life and you will have a lot of extra money to do a lot of extra things. Amazing. Wow. Another mistake that I think no one is supposed to be making is failing to track your spending. Track your spending. I personally track my spending like by writing it down. I will literally get my money, give my tithe, and whatever remains, I know I am going to save this, I am going to buy this with this. I literally write every shilling down, and that is something that has come through for me, and it is something that I learned to do when I was in session. Right now with coronavirus, you're having online classes, I'm staying at home, but when I stay outside at my place, that is something that has come for me a lot in 1,000 ways, like ways I cannot explain, because you'll be given an amount of money to spend like within a week or 2 weeks. And if the moment you make a wrong move with that money, like week 1, week 2, utalalanja, you get, and there's no way you're going to call back your parent and be like, yo, pesa ilisha. They'll be like, what did you do with the money? Now, if it is something constructive that I did with the money, thank God for records. All I need to do is call and be like, yo, I got an emergency. I had to go to town. A friend of mine was ill. I had to go see them in the hospital. You know, I had to purchase this for school. It was an emergency. I had to do this. And I will be given more money. But if I cannot account for how I spend that money, surely your parent will not even trust you with more money, or your guardian. Like, and in the case of it is you who is earning that money, you're responsible. You need to be accountable to even yourself, because I don't understand why you will waste money. You get, like, not tracking is choosing to like throw away money. Amazingly, like, it is just, it's amazingly true, because tracking your spending, there's a time I used to use the CBA Loop app. It has a tracking application to it, a tracking segment to it, where you just input like food, you spend this much today, and at the end of the month it gives you a whole report on how you've spent your money, you know, nini, if you have paid back what you owe, like such things. And it really came through for me. So try to track your spending. If you can write it down, write it down. If you need if you transact a lot with the bank, do bank statements. Just look at what you took out of your account and where it went, and that will give, yani, your money game is going to change. Another mistake that we are not supposed to be doing is failing to make financial goals. Now, when this year was beginning, nobody knew that coronavirus was going to happen. Oh, Rona, you just showed up like literally like a thief. No one expected you. And we all had plans, but did you have a financial plan? Be honest. Like at the beginning of the year when you're writing, you know, this is what I want to earn by the end of the year. This is where I want to be in my job. Did you write where you want to be financially by the end of the year? And if you did, are you on track? If you didn't, can you please do that right now? Because that goal, it is going to take you places. I personally had a financial goal for 2020. I knew how much money I wanted to make in 2020. And that was way before I started my channel. I was like, I'm going to start a side hustle. I will sell everything and anything to make sure by the end of the year I have this amount of savings. By the end of the year, you know, I have this amount of money. I have used this amount of money. You get, like, financial goals. I don't know, when you know where you're going, it becomes easier than when you're just going, you know. It's just like going to town. If you don't know town vizuri, you'll spend a lot of time asking people for directions. But if you know you're going to a fair center, you'll sugar them out and go where you're going, and you'll save money and a lot of time. So financial goals are really important, especially as a young person. It just teaches you the art of accountability. Again, accountability comes up again, because we are very reckless with our money, especially in our 20s. You feel like you have the whole of your life to make more money. It is true. but it's also not true at the same time. Like, instead of wasting that 20 G's right now, you can just save up that money and it will come through for you when you're like 50 and you are not at work, when it's time for you to enjoy your retirement and stuff. That money could actually come through. So financial goals are really important, and please set your financial goals, especially if you have a business, even if you just employed or you're just self-employed. Just if you're making any amount of money, if you have anything that is bringing income to you, please have financial goals. My top most among my goals of the year was financial stability. I wanted to be able to live comfortably with my own money, like to make my own money, to make sure that I am living a comfortable life. And I am honestly working on that. I'm tirelessly working on that. And one of these days, I will do a video on the hassles I have done, and you will not believe it. But yeah, that is a story for another day. Another thing is living off credit cards. I know this does not happen in Kenya, but now for credit cards, you could say like living off debt. That is something that you're not supposed to be doing, especially in your 20s, because like it just gives you a bad credit record. For example, if you're out here and you have a Tala loan, an M-Shwari loan, a branch loan, an O-Cash loan that you have not paid, that is literally bad credit already. It is bad credit already, you know. Like, those are moves that you're not supposed to be pulling. Like, literally, don't live off debt. Don't borrow anyone money to go and buy a dress. Why? You can live without the dress. Work hard, earn money, save up, and buy the dress. So borrowing money, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me personally. I won't lie, there are tough periods when you need to borrow money, but don't borrow money to go out clubbing with your friends. Why are you borrowing money to go and waste, and then you'll have to pay it back? It's like going to the bank and taking a loan, alafu squandering all that money with your friends over a weekend, and then coming back to pay a loan plus interest. That is exactly what debt is. You get? And it really eats into your time and into your money, and your financial goals are just, they're not going to be working if all you're doing is borrowing money out here. And if you have a credit card, like just doing extravagantly big things, you know, throwing big parties, buying overly expensive things that you don't need with that money, and then you come and pay it later, it was just going to hurt. If you're to borrow money, use that money for a good cause, and make sure that once you're done using that money, when it's time to repay that money, repay it fully and on time. That is how you fix your credit. I don't know, like, it feels amazing talking about these things because I've worked in the banking industry before. It just feels so nice to use the knowledge I collected in those, you know, in that area of work. And yeah, so do not live off debt. Even just borrowing your friends' money, do not, like, don't. If you cannot afford it, don't buy it. If you have to borrow money to buy it, don't. Please do not. And someone told me this one time, and I thought it was just amazing. They told me that, Becky, if you can't buy it twice comfortably, don't buy it yet. You're not yet there. And I thought about it and was like, baby, it is so true. I don't understand why I would get a job right now and the first thing I buy is a car. And then I spent 3 years of my work paying for that car because I bought it on a loan. It sense. So if you can't buy it again, please, give it time. You'll get there. You will get there. Another thing that you cannot be doing right now is telling yourself financial lies. A financial lie is something like, I will have more money next year. I will have more money next month. That is a financial lie. You never know tomorrow. And that is the lie many people tell themselves when they are going to get loans. You're like, I am waiting for this money to come in, so just give me 5 G's, I will pay you next week. And then next week becomes 50 years later and you actually never pay that money. Don't tell yourself these lies. If you don't have the money, you don't have it. Amazing? Because this is one thing that is stopping and is making most of our lives as young people miserable, because we feel like we will be rich tomorrow. You get, like, right now you don't feel the need of saving because you feel like in the next 5 years I will be rich. That, which might be, it's okay to think like that, but don't use that mentality in making critical financial decisions, because you're going to miss and you're going to suffer that miss. like right now, all you need to be doing is working with what you have. Work with your budget. I think another mistake that we do with our money is not budgeting. Plan for your money. Before you get it, plan for it. Don't plan for your money when it is in your hands, because you'll have a lot to do with it. Junaiona. Before that salo comes in, write down what you're planning to do. Is it bills? Is it money to your parents? Is it shopping? Is it rent? Write it down. And when that money comes, do what you wrote down. Do not go out of your budget. Those are smart money moves. Okay? Amazing. Those are smart money moves. Organize and plan how you will spend your money before you get that money. Okay? You know you're working this job and the salary is 30 G's. Plan. Next month I want to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I want to save this. And when that money comes in, please do what you wrote in that budget and you will be amazed. Yani, your financial life is just, it is going to totally change. You'll just be on a whole other level. Also, I think another thing that we fail to understand is that we will not be young forever. Like 5 years from now, I might be someone's mom and someone's wifey, you know, with responsibilities, with school fees to pay and, you know, big bills to be paying because it's a big family and just things to do with my money. And what you need to be doing right now in your 20s is finding extra ways of making money. Find a side hustle, especially at this time when we are at home and we don't know the fate that is going to befall us, you know, 2020. The best thing you can do is find a side hustle. It does not have to be a big thing. It can be as simple as selling things online. Just get 1,000 bob, go to Gikomba, buy some mutumbas, post them on your status, sell them, make a profit, to go back. That is a side hustle. You get? It does not have to be something extravagant at your whole company, a whole travel company. No, just the smallest of ways. Make extra money. If you can do jobs, online writing, online reading, do what you gotta do. Just make sure you're making an extra income. And this is something that I have learned the hard way in 2020. As I said, we are going to talk about my side hustles another day, but I have done quite a number of them, and all of them are actually paying. They are paying off really, really, really nice. So don't waste your free time right now. Use that time to make an extra income. You will be so proud of yourself in the long run. Another thing is putting off saving for retirement. Now, where I worked, it was important that we have an NSSF card and number, and an amount would be deducted, you know, to pay for that NSSF cover. And I think NSSF is for retirement, if I am not wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. And I have seen very many people neglect getting a retirement cover because they are young. You know, you say right now I'm just 20, where am I getting a retirement cover? I will retire at 50. And then you say that at 20, by 30 you have a lot to do, by 40 you have too much to do, by 50 you actually do not care, and you retire and you realize you are living like from hand to mouth. Imagine at 50 living from hand to mouth. That is such a sad life. You know, get a retirement plan right now. You can get a good retirement plan. And retirement plans are they're not complicated. All you need to do is go to a good bank where you bank, ask them about their retirement plans, and they will tell you like, this, you earn this amount of money, this is the much you spend, this is the much you remain. If we deduct 1,000 bob per month or even 200 bob per month, if you're retiring at 50, imagine, calculate how much money you'll be having in your retirement account. And that is what we are trying to be, you know, put together old people on these streets. We are trying to be put together retired people. Gone are the days where people retire and they depend totally on their children. Gone are those days. Like, this is a different era. Work on your retirement right now when you have enough money to save up. Work on that right now. Work on that right now. And another thing that I think is a mistake that we do as young people, money-wise, is not failing to take financial risks at this age. Right now, I would not feel the pinch of taking a financial risk because I have a lot of extra money. You know, a financial risk is like starting that side hustle, you know, investing, you know, buying some shares. That is a financial risk. And right now, it won't hurt as much if that was to fail, because the amount of risk I'm about to take is not going to be above 50 G's or 30 G's. It could actually even be 5 G's, and that would be an investment. As compared to waiting until you have a lot of money per se, and then you take a financial risk of $1 million bob and it fails. Now then you'll feel the pinch. Right now it will hurt, but just a little. But then when you do it later, it is going to hurt even more. So take those financial risks right now. There are so many companies that are selling their stocks. Can you buy some stocks? Buy some shares somewhere. Those shares come through sana. I am personally very intrigued by the idea of owning property, and I can't wait to own property. I just want to own land. Imagine akatu hivi nasema. So yeah, take those calculated financial risks. Note, it is calculated financial risks. That does not mean you invest in everything. It does not mean you buy everything. It does not mean you waste your money on all the ideas that everyone brings on your table. Calculated financial moves that are going to profit you in the long run. Another mistake that most of us are doing in our 20s is not failing to build good credit. I said it in the beginning, if you have a loan with any loaning company, pay that as soon as you can, because that affects your credit. It honestly does affect your credit. And as you pay your debt, can you begin with debt that is more important? For example, like with debt that could actually affect your other financial decisions. For example, if you have a student loan versus a bank loan, a business loan that you took, which one do you pay first? You pay the bank loan first, because a bank loan that is in arrears is capable of blocking you from ever getting any other loan for as long as you have not paid that loan. Student loans, they don't affect your credit. I'm sorry, help, but the secret is out. They actually don't. They could in the long run, but it is not a high risk loan situation as compared to a bank loan or an M-Shwari. And I have worked in the bank industry, and someone will come and tell you that they want a 1 million loan to start a business. You will tell them, bring your papers, bring your KRA pin. You just log into their KRA, not their KRA, what is it called? There is this nini where you check someone's debt. It is not KRA. I will remember the name and tell you. You check their credit score, my friend. Unapata umse hapo na deni ya so tano ya M-Shwari. You're like, you can't pay 500 bob for M-Shwari. What makes you think I'm going to give you 1 million bob? You get? So those are things that could actually affect your credit. Avoid debt that is going to be detrimental to your credit. Build good credit right now. If you're to borrow it, pay it and pay it on time. Amazing. And lastly, it is buying things that you do not need. I have personally suffered from this disease because I have bought a lot of shoes that I don't wear anymore. Last December, as we were going to my grandma's place, I was decluttering the shoes, and I found like 10 pairs shoes I bought, especially in town. There are these flats they sell for ladies for 300 bob. Hey, they look good at night. You come to the house, you are like, ha! It is a washed color. What color is this? Where can I wear it? How does it look? You're like, why did you spend that money? Instead of buying spending small amounts of money, buying something, like buying the same thing. For example, spending 300 every week, buying a pair of shoes. Just save up that money and go to a good store and get good shoes at once and stop buying for the next few months. That is a good financial move. Amazing. So don't buy things you don't need. Designer clothes. Why? If you don't need it, mbona, kwa nini? Why are you buying shoes you don't need? Why are you buying makeup that you will never use? Why are you buying clothes you have never worn? That is buying things you do not need. Buy according to your need. And that is why in the beginning I told you, plan for your money before you get it. Before you get that money, plan for, if I am buying clothes, I am buying this and this and this. Out of need, not out of just wanting to buy because you have money. Amazing. So buy what you need. I hope this video has given you a few of financial tips. And yes, if you want to see any other money videos, how I spend my money, how I budget as a 20-year-old somebody, 20-something-year-old someone, tell me down below, and I'll be very excited to, you know, to let you in on some tricks and tips of how to save money hapa na pale, because we are young and we need to be saving money. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have learned a tip or two. I will see you on my next one. Stay blessed and stay happy, stay joyful, stay laughing, stay healthy, stay light, just stay well, man. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.